there are only 9 types of objections in the world. There are only 9 ways that people could say no to you. All right, we are starting another new series. In that, we are going to talk about how to handle objections. You want to influence, you want to persuade somebody, you want somebody to buy your product, you want somebody to get your service, and you want to scale and grow your business to the next level, but you're not able to because so many people are giving so many objections and you don't know how to handle them. But the reality is there are only 9 types of objections in the world. There are only 9 ways that people could say no to you. And everything else that they're saying, it's a subset of those 9 things. And I'll tell you how to handle those too. So in the next 10 days, basically, I'm going to talk about exactly how to handle each of those kind of objections so that you could scale your business to the next level, so that you could help your customers to claim their higher level value, because you are a value generator as a business owner. So in order for you to move your business to the next level, you need to help more of your customers to generate value in their life, in their business, right? That's why we need to learn how to master, how to manage objections that people are throwing at you. The first thing that I want to talk about is price is too high, which is a most common objection that people throw at you when you talk to them, right? So price is too high is a standard objection, which is an objection that most people are going to bring to you. But generally understand that, like, the most difficult thing in a human experience, the most difficult thing to do is to get a person to take his wallet. He has a wallet. As if it's a woman, she has a purse, she needs to open that purse, or man to open that wallet, take money from that wallet and give it to you so you could put it in your wallet, which is a really challenging thing, because most people think that they don't have a lot of money, so they need to be thinking about what to spend, what not to spend. So taking money, like, I'm not talking about pickpocketing, which you basically can take the wallet and go from there. That's not the training here. The idea is for us to persuade them so that they take the wallet and take the money, and then you ask them, hey, can you open your wallet and put money into your wallet? That's what persuasion is. And the most difficult thing to do for a human is doing that. And if you learn how to do that, life is going to be easy. And how do you do that? That's what we're going to discuss that. So understand this. Objections, generally speaking, are reflexes. Understand this another idea, that people love shopping. People love shopping, but they hate to be sold. It's a contrast, right? Look at that. It's kind of confusing. Like, everybody loves to shop, but nobody wants to be sold to. But what is the same thing, right? You go to the mall, you go to places, and you're like, I just want to shop. But if somebody were to sell to you, like, no, I'm just looking. This is how humans are. So when you are proposing a project or a service or a product, and you ask them to buy, all of a sudden they're impulsively going back. They're subconsciously, oh my gosh, I have only limited amount of resource. What do I do with this resource? Should I spend on this? Maybe I could do the other thing. Maybe I could do this thing. And all of a sudden they're walking themselves out of the deal, and they're not getting the value of the service or the product that you're offering. Why? Because they are in a reflective mode. They are in a reflex, right? Like, okay, so something pokes you, all of a sudden you reflect, right? You kind of have a non-impulsive, without paying attention, you kind of have a standard reflex. That's what objection is. Understand that, right? So price objection, understand this idea that price is an abstract idea. What does that mean? Like, when somebody says my phone, like somebody like an Apple says our phone is $1,000 or $1,200. What does that even mean? What does $1,000 mean anyway? It's an abstract idea, because like probably several thousand years ago, we were actually we didn't have phone. Maybe we had Nokias at the time, not iPhones. So we'll give a Nokia phone to somebody, and somebody else will give you three pieces of vegetables. They'll give you 3 cucumbers. So you get 3 cucumbers, and you're giving Nokia phone. Obviously, there's no Nokia phone. I'm joking, but you gave something, and somebody else gave something back to you. Some sort of a barter, right? And how do we decide which one is more worth? Like, is the 3 cucumbers or the Nokia phone? You don't know, right? It's kind of an abstract idea. You just think that it's worth 3 cucumbers. And then if you think that maybe it's based on size, and if you're giving a jackfruit, probably you will get 20 cucumbers for a big jackfruit. And there was no way to weigh it either. Imagine a world where you couldn't weigh this, right? You kind of weigh this, a jackfruit like this. Okay, this jackfruit is good. And this cucumber, oh, This is not as heavy. And imagine how do you calculate gold versus jackfruit? How much gold do you have to give in order to get one jackfruit, right? So it's an abstract idea. So price conceptually is an abstract idea. So people don't understand value. People don't understand money. People don't understand value of something. They have to use something else to reference to this. So nobody goes to Rolls-Royce store and say, oh, can you give me 20% discount? But they go to the local store and ask them, hey, can you give me a discount? Your price is too much. The same guy will go buy a Rolls-Royce or a Ferrari or a BMW for the retail price. They have no problem. It's a pride for them to buy it. So this is what happens in terms of human negotiation. People are asking prices too much because that's what they believe that you should offer. They don't do that to BMW. They don't do that to Rolls-Royce. But to you, when you're offering a service or product, they'll be like, oh, this price is too high. Right? It's an abstract idea. It means that people did not get clear value from your product. That's what it means. So keeping a doctor's frame, I'll explain what a doctor's frame is in a second, is absolutely essential for you to handle this objection. What is a doctor's frame? Doctor's frame is basically something that I learned from my friend Mark von Muser. Thank you, Mark, for sharing this with me. So doctor's frame is nothing but, you imagine that you're a doctor. Okay, you go to a doctor and all of a sudden you're like, I have headache, and the first thing that he asks you is like, pull your pants down. You're like, I have headache. Why do I need to pull my pants? No. You follow exactly what I say. You just pull the pants down, then we'll talk. If you're not willing to pull the pants down, then you get out of my office. Right? That's the frame. Obviously, they might not be asking you this, but you have a headache. They'll be like, huh, okay. How long did you have the headache for? Like 7 days. 7 days. Okay, got it. Is this radiating pain? Is it radiating towards the left side? Or is it switching between left side and right side in morning and evening? Okay, does it feel like this headache is going back to your like neck or upper back? Do you see that they're asking questions? And they're like, okay, based on what you told me, what you need to do is nothing but you just need to take these medicines, and I'll give you this medicine. And then do you ask them, oh, by the way, this medicine that you gave me, this is like 1,700 rupees or $1,700 or 1,700 dinars, wherever you are listening from. And can you please give me a discount? Oh my gosh, I have this headache and all of a sudden I need to heal it. And why is this too much? Do you ask them that? You don't. Why? Because of the positioning. And doctor will be like, okay, bye, get your consulting fee and good luck, right? And that's how you need to operate too. You need to go from a place of a doctor treating a patient, whether you're providing a service or product. So if you are from that frame and you're like, oh, I'm selling a product online on e-commerce, understood. In that case, you still need to have in your marketing copy, in your online, on your website, on the sales page, on the thank you page, your personality should reflect authority in the value that they are getting. So at that point, they are very comfortable with your price. And that is a piece that is missing for regular small business owners who are doing $10 million or less. And the BMWs and Rolls Royces, they have that positioning. They're like, okay, bring me referral for the people that you know, so I could give you this expensive car. I'm going to sell you a $3 million car to you, but you have to prove to me you're worthy of handling it. For that, you need to give me 3 references. I'm not going to give you a discount. No way. If you're like that kind of cheap person asking for a discount, you're not my customer anyway. That's the mindset they come up with, right? Whereas you, like with a small business, you're like, people will ask you, they'll try to abuse you, they'll try to torture you to give you better discount. So what is the tactics? The tactics is, if your price is high and somebody say your price is too much, you don't argue with them. You tell them, yeah, our price is too much. You don't need to say too much. The price is higher. Our price is on the premium end. The reality is, if you want to get higher quality product, service, you need to pay higher price. I'm sure there are people who are cheaper and have low quality who could offer you for a lower price. You want to get from them, that's perfectly fine. And I can appreciate that. But here is the thing. Your business needs this machine in order for you to move forward. And the thing is, if our machine is guaranteed for 12 years, but if you get a machine for like 10% discount, and you will probably save how much? $2,000 or $500. For that $500, let's say this machine breaks at year 5. And then you lost 7 years of service for the machine. And so essentially, it's as if you paid 2 times what you're paying me right now. Is that what you want? And all of a sudden, they were like, oh, yeah, I want to get it. And another thing that I didn't mention you, because these companies that are not stable, they are providing with low quality, they don't have enough margin to support you with a service. And of course, we take decent margin from this business. I mean, not a lot, but decent margin for us to sustain as a company. The people who take like 1% margin, 2% margin and try to sell as much people, do you think they will have the money and resources to support you when you are in need? You're operating this machine and all of a sudden, like, it breaks and then you're calling them that the phone number does not exist. What do? You don't want to be in that position. You see that? So you could convert that price objection into your strength and get them to focus on what they're losing out on the deal. Like, what are they losing out in the deal? That's what we get them to focus on. And translate the price finally into a portion of what they're losing out. Imagine they are going to lose out 7 years, just like I said in the example. That 7 years of their effort is lost because they bought this machine. They thought short term. Or imagine that their 1 day is lost with the machine. I'm giving a machine example. And if you're selling that particular machine, and then because of the machine not being available and working, they lost 1 day and they lost $2,000 that they are going to get the discount from the other person already in 1 day. Show them that. Show that the price that you're paying is for long term. It's for like greater experience. So this way they're not worried about price. So there are so many more things to discuss about pricing, but show them essentially the 3 things. When they say price is too much, don't say my price is too much. My price is on the higher end, on the premium end. And our service is going to be on the premium end. Our quality is on the premium end as well. You want cheaper products that are short term, that continues breaking, and you don't have anybody to service and help you. Yeah, there are so many options. In terms of making sure that we give you consistent value, we have to have certain high quality standards. We have this certification. We are ISO certified. We have this certification, lead certification, or something else. And all of a sudden, you build credibility, and people are willing to pay you higher amount because they don't want to lose in the long term. Your job is to show them how to do that. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some people who are saying, no, I need to think about it. I really like the idea. Oh, this is so exciting, but I really need to think about it. And how do you handle those people? That's what we are going to talk about tomorrow. But today, stop focusing on your products and the features and start focusing on your prospects' problems. Again, stop focusing on your product and your service. Start focusing on your prospects' problems. Because as a general conversation for handling any objections, if you focus on your clients' problems and the solutions that they want, naturally, you'll figure out a way to position the price into a portion of the investment that they need to make to break through, to move their business to the next level, or their life to the next level, or something to the next level. Cool? All right, I'll see you tomorrow with need to think about it. How do you handle somebody when somebody says, I need to think about it? One secret number 2. Talk to you tomorrow.